Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I've got my cardigan on, buttoned up. It is rather cold here. I don't know, I'm going to have a look on my phone again and see what temperature it says. I haven't checked weather detail. It's 13 degrees at the moment here near Newcastle. We were in the 20s a couple of days ago. I am going to have to put my heating on again because I feel cold. I put it on last night because it was cold and I didn't feel hot or anything after when the heating had been on a while. In fact, I could have turned it up. It's funny weather we get in this country, especially up here in the northeast. But today I had an email of Carol, the lady that I did that turquoise sweater for. And I sent the parcel yesterday and she received it this morning. And she sent me a photograph of herself wearing the sweater. And it's the first time I've ever seen anything I've knitted for anyone, what it actually looked like on them. Because I always worried whether I got the measurements right. But I did with this one. And with Carol's permission, I'm going to show you the photograph that she sent to me, just so you all know what my work looks like when someone's wearing it, apart from myself. And I think Carol really suits that colour. That turquoise goes really well on her. And thank you, Carol, for sending that to me. But I've been knitting a little baby cardigan for my friend. I'm getting the back. It's one of those ones that's all in the three pieces, the back and the two fronts are all in one piece. And it's a kind of lacy pattern. It's not difficult, the pattern itself, but the instructions. This pattern here was okay doing the up to where I had to split it for the armholes, but it said it's got telling you the instructions, and it has a little note up here. It says it is essential that the pattern is kept correct when increasing or decreasing in order to keep work straight. To do this, ensure that the yarn forward is worked before and after the crossed stitches on the alternate pattern rows are set. Well, I started off with one of the first sides and I had to decrease for the, it's a V-neck, I had to decrease for the V up the front and for the armhole. And I did what this pattern said, and every time I did a decrease, I ended up with an extra stitch. And I kept pulling it out, back down to where I'd started again and trying it again. Oh, there must be something I've done. And then I realised something. This pattern it's yarn forward. You do when you're doing the start of the pattern. It's yarn forward, slip one stitch, knit two stitches, and then pass that slip stitch over those two stitches. So that yarn forward is making up for that one stitch that you're passing over the other two stitches. Well, this pattern tells you after every crossed stitch to make sure you have a yarn forward in the front and a yarn forward in the back. So I was having a yarn forward on the last part of the stitch, and that was making an extra stitch. It took me a little while to work it out, but now I know what's wrong. It's took me ages. I've pulled the front out about that, the front out down to where down to here where I separated it from the rest. I pulled it out about 3 times, and I've had to work it out myself from the from the armholes up to, I've had to work out it myself to keep the pattern correct. It wasn't so bad on the back. I managed the back without much trouble. But even though you don't get the same pattern on one side of the decrease as what's on the other side. So this is a pattern I will not be using again. In fact, I've got a pink one to do as well as this lemon one. I've got a one to do with the pink. I'm going to do my rosewood lace pattern on that one. It's my own pattern, that one, and I can work it all out myself. And these patterns I just bought, I didn't buy it off the internet. It was one of those free ones I got off the internet. I downloaded it off the internet and printed it out. I won't be doing that again. I'm better at working out my own patterns, and in fact I could tell half of them that make these patterns what they've done wrong. So that's a little rant. I've been really foaming today about that. I could have had that cardigan finished by now if it wasn't for that. I've just started on the sleeves now. I'm busy doing the sleeves, and I'm hoping I don't have the same trouble when I come to do the increasing up the sides and then the decreasing for the armholes. I felt like pulling the whole thing out and starting again with something else, but I haven't got time to do that because I want these finished by next Wednesday, both of them. So, and that's me. That's the way I am. I get so annoyed when things. That's how I came to start working out my own patterns in the first place, because I've had lots of patterns like that. I've never worked out what they're supposed to be. And this rotten weather as well, it's done nothing else but rain. When it starts to rain up here in the northeast, it forgets to stop. It's rained all day yesterday, all day today. My garden's saturated now, and I'm going to have to wait a few days for it to dry out a little bit before I can get anything done in the garden. But that's the way it is up here in the northeast. The weather's never been kind to us up here. I think I remember one year, must have been when my youngest one was about 2, so it would have been 1976. We had 13 weeks of sunshine. I don't think it's ever happened again. We never had rain, or in fact we even had a hosepipe ban for a while, which is very rare up here in the northeast. So anyway, I just came on today to my little rant about this cardigan and telling you about Carol's sweater, and my new channel is getting a few views, and I've got a few subscribers on it now. I don't know whether it'll take me as long as it took me with this channel. It took me a year and a half with this channel to get enough subscribers to get monetized on it, to get to 1,000 subscribers. But I think I had 27 subscribers the last time I looked, and I know they're all the girls, and I don't know if there's any boys or not, but that subscribe to my channel, to this channel, that have subscribed to it. But I've put 3 videos up to now, and that's what I'm just doing, basics for anybody that's learning how to knit. I'll probably do a little bit more when I get through all the basic things, but that's all I'm doing on it at the moment. And I'm not using, a lot of these ones I go on and they seem to be as though they're trying to sell all these brands of yarns and that they keep going on about, and I don't think these expensive yarns are any better than the cheaper ones, because I've used expensive ones and I've used the cheap ones, and I've never noticed any difference. And a lot of the videos I see, that's all they seem to go on and on and on about all these different kinds of yarns that they're using, and it must be this one and it must be that one, and whatever's cheapest does me. Unless I'm knitting for somebody else, I'll buy something, you know, what I'd call decent. But most of the cheaper ones are what I call decent. The Mariners yarns I've been using, that's quite a nice one, and the Peyton's used to be a nice one, but I'm going to go back up to the range, that's where I bought it from, and check out the Peyton's, because the turquoise one I done for Carol, that was the Peyton's, and that was the Peyton's I got before they seemed to change the texture of the yarn. So I'm going to go back up there and I'm going to have a look and check it out to see what the quality of the wool is, whether they've getting anything different in, because the one I done for Carol was nice and soft. It was a nice yarn, but all the other ones, like the white I got and all the other ones I looked at, were all just seemed to be hard. Like I say, they were only seemed to be fit for making coasters and bags and things like that. They're ideal for that, actually, for coasters, but they do soften up when they're washed, because I have made a dishcloth. I made myself a white dishcloth out of the white Peyton's I got, and as soon as I went into the water, into the soapy water, it's come out nice and soft. So it does come out soft, but it's very hard to knit. And I couldn't knit fast with it. It just didn't seem to slide off the like what I'm knitting with now. It just slides on and off the needles, but that latest Peyton stuff that I got just did not slide off the needles. There's just something about it that just was not the way it used to be. Anyway, I'll have a look next time I'm up that way. I'm going to have a look and see. So that's my little bit for today. So a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll let you see when I get more of these little cardigans done, how much I get them finished.